Okay. I came back. I wanted to touch on this topic of condemnation. And earlier today, when I was talking about when you have people in your life that show you certain patterns, you also have to look at their level of knowledge and understanding at the time that you're being presented with those patterns. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody has room for growth, and we've all been lied to. So if you believed in a certain lie today and then tomorrow realize that that lie really was a lie, and now you want to start living in the truth that you've learned, should you be condemned for the lie that you once knew? You know what I mean? So we need to be mindful of how we treat each other in that regard, like in rendering the hand of justice, like really look at a person's level of intellect, and their level of understanding is based on how much information they know. And if you are, like, because what made me really think about this is because a lot of times I sit back and I think a lot about like race relations and things like that, and how we as people have basically condemned the whole entire people based on the actions of a few. And the few like that, that are doing that, they like that it's being done that way because it feels like they have more power in that regard. They have more people, more allies in that sense. But in all actuality, everybody's being fed the same lies. So you got to think about that. Like the next person was lied to you the same way you was lied to. So if you was brought up living a lie your whole entire life, you're going to live that lie until truth is presented to you. And you might not even recognize that as being truth because you've lived that lie so long. So give people a chance and have patience with them when you are presenting them with new truth. If they're resistant, maybe because, they've been fed lies their whole life, and that's their only gauge, like if it's not a lie, then it must not be true. And some people could break from that, some can't. But at the end of the day, don't get angry because a person is on that level. Understand it. You can either A, spend your time trying to build them, or B, love them from a distance, because either one or two things could happen, and you could end up being as ignorant as they are, or they could rise to your level. I don't like to put myself in those positions at all, but it'll be elitist to like remove myself from those situations and look down upon them, as like I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me in my growth and development. I'm still growing. Like stuff that I talked about last week, I certain things I think differently this week based on new information, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and interacting with other people. So I like doing these videos because it gives me an opportunity to see how my thought progresses in regards to these things. Because, like I said, I'm not a guru or anything like that. I'm learning just like everybody else. And as I'm learning it, I'm sharing it with people, not saying that you need to follow this by law. I like my ideas scrutinized because that's where I can tell whether they're valid, or if my ideals and ideas and the way I see things can't uphold public scrutiny, then that means there's something wrong with it in that regard. Like if I'm bringing it to you, I'm not talking about personal issues. I don't care about personal public scrutiny in regards to certain things. But if I'm bringing it in a public forum, it's because I'm making it open to public scrutiny, and my thought might change, your thought might change, and what I mean. That's just how it works. So don't look at me like, I'm somebody or I know it all. I don't know it all. There's a lot of things I don't know. I'm still learning today. So at the end of the day, um, do not condemn those that don't see the way you see things. Wish them love and light. Wish yourself love and light, because you might come around and see that they were right all along. So that's why I like having these dialogues, because I'm not a know-it-all, and I know it takes a whole village, and I know wisdom is not contained in one school of thought. And that's why I have like the eclectic, multifaceted friends that I do, because I don't want groupthink type of thinking. You know, I want to be able to always look at things from a like a global perspective and not just look at it from a selfish or a self-motivated perspective. So even if it's something that, you know, you want to discuss and open it up to the public and you might not feel comfortable, you can continue to send me things and I can bring it to the forefront in a way you feel it's best for me to bring it. But all right, but I'll talk to you later. Peace.